All right. So basically, there's this little clippy clip going around about Donald Trump where he's basically saying that, you know, he wants to strengthen back our police department and he wants to give police officers immunity from doing their job, keep them safe and keep them away from prosecution for doing their job.
Build our cities. We're going to bring them back like they used to be, and we're going to make them safe places again. We're going to give our police their power back, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So they're not prosecuted for doing their job. We'll take over the horribly run capital of our country, Washington, D.C., and clean up, renovate, and rebuild our capital city so that it's no longer a nightmare of murder and crime.
Now, this sentence, I do have to tell you, rubbed the Black community the wrong way, because it's just like, okay, Black folks are the ones who are unfairly targeted by the police officers, killed unnecessarily by the police officers, and dealt unfairly by the police officers. So you're just giving them free reign to do as they please in Black communities, and no prosecution is going to be they won't face prosecution because they would have immunity. And I feel like, isn't like our constitutional right, or isn't it somewhere either in the Constitution or something another, I'm not that good at history, but where it says that no one should be above the law? So wouldn't giving immunity to police officers put them above the law? Because in any other industry, in any other job sector where there is some kind of malpractice or there is some kind of foul play, there is prosecution, right? Let's say a lawyer is on a case and a lawyer was bribed. There should be some form of prosecution there. That's like saying, well, whatever you do, it shouldn't be looked upon. It shouldn't be frowned upon. And it's just like, no, you're supposed to do your come into work, do your job and go home. And if it's not a part of your job, then you shouldn't be doing it. So I understand that it does get a little bit sticky for police officers, because it's like you're in the middle of fire in every single situation and your judgment could be off. But also, in those situations where people's judgments are off, you can tell. But then we also have things like George Floyd, where things were deliberately done and it wasn't a lack of a judgment call, right? So you're saying situations like that won't be prosecuted anymore? So I even read a comment under this video that says, oh, there goes the Black vote. And someone questioned, why did Trump ever even have the Black vote, right? Because he always had his stance for many years, has never changed his stance. So why were Black folks like Trump? Like, we don't get it. Maybe because some Black folks were able to like kind of see eye to eye with him when he's going through whatever he was going through in terms of his troubles with the law, whatever. But I don't get it. He never had my vote. And honestly, Joe Biden don't have my vote either. But if you're going to choose the lesser of evils, I'd rather choose the weak, and I'd rather choose Joe. Because at the end of the day, even though he's weak, he's not unfair. You can tell somebody who... You could tell someone who has malicious intent and someone who doesn't, right? And I'm not saying Joe is completely the best fit for president, but I do feel like with Joe, like the maliciousness isn't there towards any, not I would say towards any community, but especially towards the Black community. He may not be doing nothing, but he's not making it worse. You know what I mean? Where I feel like if it's Trump, he's going to do certain things to make it worse. And there will be some malicious intent. And he won't be scared to tell you that this is what he's doing and this is going to happen because he's president. But anyway, that's just what's going on in the Trump administration, he's talking about granting police officers immunity, and that just sounds like all kinds of racism to Black Americans, because we know how the police system has been set up and what the police system have been doing, what these white officers have been doing, these officers who aren't Black, what they have been doing to Black people, and how they police our neighborhoods, and how they get orders from their higher ups to police our neighborhoods and do the things that they do. So I don't know. We'll see. Trump or Biden? Who y'all picking?